It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins, and it comes your way next.
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Welcome, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward calling this contest for you. And right now, we're putting the secondaries on notice because we have a couple of wide receiver rooms, not just dudes, rooms that can test every level of a defense.
Yeah, it's more than just the headliner, right? We know the top options, but for these offenses, it's the depth at the wide receiver room that's such a big deal. If you overcommit to the biggest playmaker, a couple other players, well, they could hit you down the field just as easily. And with how both offenses love to mix up their routes and looks in the passing game, you better buckle up in the secondary.
Cam Little out for the opening kick. And here we go from Miami. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job. Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, third down. Tua now from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
On second down, it's Etienne. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. He got 5, and now it's going to be third down and 3.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
All plays on the table here for third and 3. Now it's Lawrence. That's taken in by Etienne. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Dolphins will have some work to do as they take over. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Complete out to the right. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker, on the stop. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They've got a man in motion. Bails out of the pocket quick. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He broke 50 on his 1st punt and looks to have done the same here. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 65 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Jaguars football. 2nd drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that 1st drive ended in a punt. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted.
Well, nickel has really become the base defense for so many teams in the league because the passing game has become so prevalent today. It really makes it so much more difficult to find an open throwing lane. It gives defenses a lot more speed on the back end to step in front of passes just like that.
The Miami offense headed out there now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Miami.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Now a toss play for Achan. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Achan up the middle. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Throwing on third, Tagovailoa. Complete beyond the marker. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Achan goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain, and boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Second and goal coming up from the 7. Trying again with Achan. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins parlay the interception into points. Devon Achan with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. He'll begin his return from the 11. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And things have gone from bad to worse in their 2 drives. Hopefully the third time's the charm for them. They find some success. First down throw, Lawrence. He'll get this one to Brown. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They go right back to Etienne. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Etienne again. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He'll get this to Etienne. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now a give to Etienne running right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Lawrence working from the gun. The throw is caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. It'll be a gain of only 1 on 2nd, so that brings up 3rd and goal from the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Etienne goes up and over for the touchdown. The Jaguars can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars tie this game 7-7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Dolphins and running back Devon Achane getting back to work. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd down carry for Achane. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 3 yards the pickup. Now it's 3rd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And it's a nickel set from the Jags on this 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
1st and 10 from the 41. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Throwing this back in the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Finds his man Waddle. And they get this down to the 28. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. This is complete to Waller. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Going play action, Tagovailoa. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Dolphins driving. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it! And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. They don't pick up anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness, and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down for a big red zone stop.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The back's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Fourth and goal, too good to pass up. I love this. They're going for it and the lead. Now Tagovailoa to throw. Intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got Brown on the slant. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now Lawrence on the play fake. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. This one misses the tight end. And it sets up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Completed to his running back. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
He's back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He'll throw it. He's on the move. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now we'll send you up to Orlando, our studios there, for Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Returnable from the 1. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Here come the Jaguars, taking the field on offense to start the third. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 31. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Finds the in route, complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Now it's Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 39. That pass caught by Strange. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Receiver in motion, headed right. From the 29. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Has a man, it's Brown. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has it in close. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
A-chain on the inside give. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
1st and 10 from the 41. Defense showing blitz. Tagovailoa. Got his target. It's Hill. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go play action with Tagovailoa. A-Chan reels it in. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Tagovailoa on 1st down. He's going to push one deep down to the right. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To the air yet again. Tagovailoa. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Foye Oluwakin with the pick. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the 1st play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Got Washington, it's complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Short side option here. He's running left. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Boy, is it tough to fool this defense with how well they read and react to these plays. Held that line, and the QB keeper gets nada.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the gun, ETN gets it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Shudak is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Escapes the pocket. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Running left, here's A-Chain. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Man in motion here. Tua off the play fake. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. This is brought in at the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone, able to find Achane. And this one does not go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Going play action, Tagovailoa. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Washington now to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Jaguars and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 4. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's ETN. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Motioning the tight end now. 2nd and 10 now. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So now here's 3rd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. He's back to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. This is Etienne. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Etienne on the give. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now we get another stoppage here, just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here he is to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
It'll be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Has it, man. It's Achane. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Okay, and I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. you've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop. I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. He'll look to throw it. Buys time, rolling right.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. Now to throw. Escapes his grasp. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
I think in a situation like that, 3rd and inches, defense is certainly thinking stop the run first, but that's well done defensively. Not a problem for them to adapt and get into the right coverage and now force a critical 4th down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throw is caught by the back. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. The Jaguars kneeling out the rest of this victory. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final time out here. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say so long from Miami.